Gallagher, president of Sun Design Remodeling, and we are here to show you guys a whole house renovation that we did in Reston, Virginia. The homeowners have lived in this house since 1998, and we've recently renovated it. I think you guys are gonna see a wonderful renovation. We should go in and take a look at it. Let's go. Okay, here we are in the space where we remodeled, and we have done some amazing things in this space for our client. Hardwoods throughout. We opened up the kitchen space that you can see here, and we took walls down into the dining room and living room, and then also into the family room. And into the basement, we created some spaces for gaming and then also for the family to gather together in a really nice, unique space. The clients really were doing this renovation because they felt like it was a time for their family to come together. They felt like it was time for their kids as they were getting older to bring their friends and wanting to be here and wanting their families to be together. So it's a really important motivation that a lot of us experience throughout our life, and here it is. You'll see it as we go.
I am Renee.
I'm Steve.
And we are in Reston, Virginia in our recently remodeled home. I feel like our house was showing its age. The kitchen needed some work. Overall, it just needed a lot of updating, and it felt that way. We discussed the possibility of moving instead of renovating, but not very seriously and not for long. We knew that we wanted to stay here because of our friends, because of our kids' friends, and make this house what we wanted it to be so we could stay.
I definitely agree. I think we'd lived with it for, 19 years, and wanted to improve the space, and we wanted to create an environment where they could enjoy it a little bit more and we could maximize our space.
Well, when we started looking and considering who we would have help us with this, Sun Design really allowed us to brainstorm, and a few specific things that we knew we wanted that weren't going to be easy. Sun Design said, yes, we can do that, and they figured out how to make those things happen.
It was their ability to kind of imagine the art of the possible. So our kitchen was closed off, and we had a small little entrance, and Sun was able to open up and remove a wall and basically make the entire first floor one living area.
Okay, so I'm standing in the transition area between the remodeled kitchen and the family room area. We had the half walls that were here and redefined the spaces to give a little bit more space to the kitchen. And in this space here, we also added an 8-foot door to the rear of the house for better access in and out. But the most important part about that door is that it's full light the whole way up. So it really brings the natural light into the transition area between the kitchen and between the family room. And with a name like Sun Design, you have to know how to use natural light.
One of my favorite changes that we made during the renovation is this center island in our kitchen. The island is probably the central feature on this main level. Since we took the wall down and opened up the space, you can see the island whether you're walking in the front door or whether you're coming in through the garage and stepping into the family room. Previously, we had a small rectangular island that not only was not pretty, but was not functional. And this has been just the most major transformation in the kitchen. It's beautiful, I think. I love it. I can prepare food on it. We eat around it. Lately, if somebody's working in our office upstairs, somebody else might be spread out with a computer and paperwork here. There are just so many different ways that we use it.
No, Not only did the previous kitchen not reflect their style, but the client particularly did not like the functionality of their narrow island and Formica countertops. They wanted to be able to use the countertop as a place to put hot pots and pans on while cooking. Now the center island has been enlarged to provide seating for 4 and better accommodates food preparation at the same time. And incorporating the full height granite backsplash achieved the desired look for the client as well. You'll notice curved accent pieces designed in the cabinetry of the kitchen to tie in with adjacent spaces. Before the remodel, it was not convenient for the family or guests to use the microwave, which was located within the working triangle of the kitchen. Relocating the microwave to the center island as a microwave drawer provided that added convenience. The transition from the kitchen to the family room is facilitated by this beautiful wine fridge and beverage center. Both the wine bar and kitchen reflect the monochromatic theme throughout the whole house remodel. Adding a centralized wine bar with a mini fridge allows family or guests who are in the family room or chatting at the kitchen island to self-serve their drinks. One cool element of the wine bar is the narrow wine refrigerator. Typically these are 24 inches deep, but this one is only 18 inches, giving us extra floor space for guests to circulate. The glass cabinet display with soft closed doors were designed to gently house their fragile glassware, being versatile in both function and beauty.
Part of it is it's helped us change our behavior, right? I mean, we're utilizing the island. We were a family that had, because this was a closed-in kitchen, we had a kitchen table, right? And that's where we ate. We had a dining room table that was used, once a year, maybe. So as we were opening up the space, we were like, well, where are we gonna put the kitchen table? And I can still remember Erica saying, you're not gonna have a kitchen table because you're opening the space up. And we're like, well, but why? And we trusted Erica to guide us through there. And before we made the decision to break that wall down, I mean, Erica was great in showing us the design software, the 3D imagery of, okay, I'm standing by the kitchen sink in the corner looking towards the front door. What's that look like? I'm looking towards the family room. What's that look like? And because not only did we get rid of the wall here, we had some other walls and I guess a little mid-wall, half wall, segregating our family room. And being able to see how that's going to look was great and reassured us that we were going to be able to achieve what we wanted to, and gave us an idea of what it would look like before it was constructed.
Here we are in the living room. The living room is connected to the dining room and then the kitchen behind it, of course. Before the renovation took place, the living room and the dining room were very much disconnected from the rest of the house. I mean, if you were cooking inside that kitchen, you couldn't see anybody in the dining room at all. So we opened that space up and connected it one to the other, and we put in hardwood floors, and now we have this space that is very much a part of the rest of the house, and people can gather together and feel very good about that.
This buffet furniture piece was custom designed to delineate the dining and living rooms, acting as a serving station while being accessible from both sides. Again, the same curved accents are shown here in this piece. Holes for grommets have been included in the design to blend with the countertop and conceal electrical cords for the decorative lamps. Once we decided to curve the top of the cased openings for increased sight lines and added interest, that's when we also decided to add the other curved accents, such as the cabinet moldings above the window in the kitchen to carry sight lines all the way through both spaces.
As the children got older, the basement was increasingly used for storage. With the renovation, we wanted to create a space for the family to connect. So in one area of the basement, we came up with some really interesting solutions for a gaming area. And for another space, we created a movie entertainment area for family movie night.
The newly remodeled basement is much more of a teenager-friendly location. Our son loves having his friends down there. I think now it is used for so many different things, from TV watching to video game playing. Our daughter, who's the oldest, will work out down there, and it's just the right space now for their ages.
Down in the basement, we had a load-bearing pole, and we weren't able to create an area for a ping pong table or a pool table and have a nice kind of area for the kids to have some fun. Sun Design was creative enough, in fact, it was Bob's idea to slide the pole into our unfinished area of our basement, and it was only, I guess, 4 feet they had to move, but had to reinforce the steel and get with the engineers, but they made it possible.
Right, a major undertaking, but they made it happen, and now we have a pool table down there, which was the goal.
Enhancements were also made in the family room, the focal point being the new fireplace surround. It was designed using a gray oak hone panel tile with a reclaimed wood mantle and complementary tile hearth.
Before we remodeled the master bath, the shower was small and the tub was huge, and there wasn't a whole lot of storage and there wasn't a whole lot of countertop space. So what we did was we took the tub out, we put in a good sized shower, and then we also had room for a makeup vanity area that had a lot of natural light. We put in a good long countertop with a lot of storage space, making the master bathroom one that anybody would love.
By enlarging the shower, it allowed for a built-in bench seat to be used for shaving. We added a handheld shower and a bench seat that would be helpful should anyone suffer an injury that makes standing difficult. As a bonus, a large niche was also added for additional storage.
So on a project like this, the house was built in 1998 with a furnace in the basement that supplied the entire house. What the clients in Sun Design, what we wanted to do here is we wanted to open up the floor plan, which means the only place that they could put all of the duct runs to service the upstairs was right in the wall that we wanted to take out. So the house being built in 1998, the furnace in the basement, though not, it's still operating, but it's getting close to the end of its service life. So that presented an opportunity to take that furnace out, put in a smaller furnace, higher efficiency furnace that just serviced the basement and the main level. Since we wanted to take that wall out, we could put another air handling unit up in the attic, and that would service all of the upper floors. So that helps pave the way for opening up a wall and opening up the house even more and having that communication of space between the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. So when you walk in the front door, you can see all the way to the back of the house, and it just gives that sense of continuity, that sense of openness and unity that the clients were looking for.
As we went through the process and looked at the inside of the house, Greg, our project coordinator, was great in terms of asking us questions about what else were we thinking about. I talked about potentially new windows, the need to consider siding. We talked about a new roof and basically the stable of contractors that Sun Design has relationships with. Greg was able to connect us with those people and really take care of it for us. So it was a seamless, almost effortless kind of project. He wanted to prove to us that Sun Design could transform our house. Bringing that energy to the game was important, and it made us confident that we were making the right decision.
Now when we come home, I think I feel relieved that I'm in a great space that we are really happy with and don't have to do anything to for a really long time. That's a good feeling.
Thank you guys for joining us today for our home tour. We have some Q&A right after this, and we hope you can join us for that. And we look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks at our next virtual event.